Welcome back to lecture series on circuits and networks. So actually today it is the 15th lecture of our lecture series, and today we are starting module 2. And in this module we are generally discussing about the dynamic condition of circuits. A circuit means it may be a resistive circuit, a resistor plus inductor circuit, or RLC circuit or RC circuit. For all these circuits, we have to understand what is the dynamic behavior of this circuit. Dynamic behavior means there is something is changing, some conditions are changing. We generally call it as transient states. In case of DC, generally DC will have a constant value or steady state value. It's like that, yes. DC is normally having a steady state condition. So in that steady state condition, we can simply say an inductor just act as short circuit, or capacitor just act as an open circuit, such things. But in case of DC also, there is a transient behavior, or it is in all cases we can consider it as a steady state condition, because while doing a switching or while changing from one value of voltage to another value of voltage, in such cases the DC is facing a transient condition. Transient condition means in those time its frequency is not equal to 0. Generally in steady state what happens, the DC value will be a constant value. That means its frequency is 0, or change in current or change in voltage is equal to 0. In those conditions, we can simply analyze the inductor effect or capacitor effect by some standard representations. We will discuss it. But in transient case or switching time, the DC is no more a circuit with steady state value. Its value may be fluctuating. It may be having some frequency, or it will behave like an AC wave for some short time. In such cases, we have to discuss dynamics of a DC circuit. In other normal cases, at steady state condition, we are not discussing dynamics of DC circuit. But for AC circuit, in switching or in steady state, whatever, it's having some dynamic properties, because AC is having some frequency. But DC is generally having a 0 frequency. But in time of switching, or in transient behavior or dynamic behavior, should be analyzed for that time. So in this module we are detailedly discussing dynamic behavior of both DC circuit and AC circuit with RL, RLC or RC, such all combinations. Okay, now we can go to the slides. Yes. V is equal to L di by dt. This is a very known equation. For a DC, we know that its di by dt will be equal to 0. Di by dt will be equal to 0 means its change in current will be 0. So what happened? The right side will become 0 means voltage will become 0. So generally a inductor will oppose the change in current. That is the physical significance of this equation. Di by dt means it is the change in current. So V is equal to L into di by dt means whenever di by dt occurs, a V is also generated. And that V, according to Lenz's law, what is Lenz's law? Every produced quantity will oppose the cause that producing it. So V is produced due to change in current di by dt. So V will oppose that di by dt. So whenever change in current happens, a voltage will generated in inductor, and that voltage will oppose the change in current. That's why we are generally saying that an inductor will always oppose change in current. But for DC steady state, what happens? Yeah, please think. For DC steady state, what happens? Steady state means it will not be having any fluctuation. Value is reached a steady condition. And also as it is DC, there is no frequency. No frequency. Steady state means it's a straight line. But in case of AC, even though it is in steady state, it is having some frequency. So for DC, di by dt, for AC, we can take di by dt is equal to 0 at any instant. But for DC, at steady state, we can say di by dt is equal to 0. But let me ask one question. For DC, at transient state or dynamic condition, can you assume di by dt is equal to 0? Can you assume? No. Why? Di by dt cannot be 0 at transient period because at that period it may, due to the disturbance, it may have some components like frequency. Its value may have some variations. So we have to consider that separately, transient case. But for steady state condition, di by dt is equal to 0. So V is equal to 0. V is equal to 0 means when voltage will become 0? At short circuit or open circuit? Yeah, please think. At short circuit, voltage will be equal to 0. So we can generally say for DC steady state, an inductor will act as short circuit. We can read here. For DC steady state, an inductor acts as short circuit. Only for steady state. But in DC transient period, what happened? No, di by dt is not equal to 0. In DC steady state, di by dt is equal to 0. So my question, what is transient period or what is a dynamic condition? It happens when changing from one source to another or switching off to on or on to off. In such condition, transient behavior appears in DC circuit. So in this module, we are discussing more about transient conditions. So let me discuss something more in depth about inductors. So generally, you may be always taking V is equal to L di by dt, or di by dt is equal to 0. So so inductor acts as short circuit. We can't say like that in every situation. Okay, for doing some problems and all, that is okay. But for analyzing in depth means if you are connecting an inductor to a DC source and you are just saying no problem, it will be act as short circuit, like some acting in some cinema or serial. It will act as like a short circuit, and we have to wait. We have to simply wait how it's acting. No, it's not like that. We have to understand what will happen if it is a switching time, or if it is in charging time, what happens for that inductor. For such things, we have to go in detail. So V is equal to L di by dt, that we all know. So and di is equal to 1 by L into dt. So for integrating both sides, we will get I is equal to 1 by L integral V dt. Okay. We understand that current is integral of voltage in a inductor circuit. Current is integral of voltage. Okay. So for integrating, we have to apply the limits. So from when we will start the integration? From what instant we can start the integration? I'm asking you that you just see this figure. You can see the voltage waveform is like this. Okay. And the voltage is not started from 0 instant. Please see, when it is started very back in previous time, minus infinity. We don't know when actually the voltage wave is starting. And we have to integrate from that minus infinity to the present time t. Now we are standing at the t, time instant t, this is t. Now we are standing at this time, we want to find the current at this particular instant. So we have to start the integration from minus infinity to t. That means the current, the inductor is a memory full element or memory element. Memory element means, what is the meaning of a word memory element? It's not depending the present state. It's not only depending the present state, it is depending, the current value is depending a very fast value of voltage. Is it like that? The voltage of minus infinity is also depending the current value. So it's a memory element. So you can see the last line, I is equal to 1 by L minus infinity to t into v dt. And we can split that to two portions. 1 by L into minus infinity to 0. That is one portion, that is from minus infinity to 0. This is one portion, and from 0 to t, the present time t, as another integral. So we splitted that total integral to two portions. Why we are splitting so? Because in problem generally we are given, or we are taking the initial conditions. We are assuming the initial conditions. Suppose we are assuming the initial condition is 0, means minus infinity to 0, that particular integral value will become 0. That is, you don't have to take the instant before 0 time. Generally at 0 time, what is the significance of 0 time? Please think. Actually, now I am standing at this time, and all previous times were leading to a negative infinity. Then how I can fix some time as 0 time? That is also in past. Negative infinity is also in past, and t is equal to 0 is also in past. So how we can say where is the t is equal to 0 stands? It is generally a point where we are switching the inductor. So before the switching also, the inductor may have some stored current. That we don't know. So for splitting these two, we are generally taking initial condition and present condition. Initial condition means minus infinity to 0. That we are taking as initial condition. And if you are taking initial conditions are 0, then we can assume the first integral term as 0. That is the easiness. And we should be very clear that it will not be 0 in all cases. You can take in all cases initial condition is equal to 0. You have to check what is happening at t is equal to 0, and based on that we have to take whether initial conditions are 0 or not. Anyhow, if initial conditions are 0, we can rewrite it as I0 plus 1 by L into 0 to t v dt. What is I0? Initial current, but let it be 0 or not. In some problem we are taking initial current is equal to 5 ampere. We can take this portion as 5 ampere. Which portion? This portion as 5 ampere. And the present condition we have to integrate. That is 1 by L into 0 to t into v dt. That we have to integrate. So generally, what is the inductor current equation? 1 by L integral 0 to t v dt plus I0. What is I0? Initial current. Okay. Okay. Now we are discussing about the behavior or dynamic behavior of an inductor that is connected to a constant battery. So this is a general thing. What happens if you are taking a simple battery with some sufficient power and you are permanently connecting some inductor to that battery? What happens? We have to generally answer such questions in interviews or in if anyone is checking your depth of knowledge in circuits. Such questions may come. On those time you can say V is equal to 1 by L, I is equal to 1 by L into V dt. Such answers will not valid. You have to understand the concept, what is happening there. So for that, and this portion is not that important in exams also, but if you have to understand what is an inductor, such practices are needed. Okay. So in that figure we can see t is equal to 0 and we are drawing a switch and there is an arrow mark, and that arrow mark that is shown t is equal to 0. What is the meaning? That figure means when t becomes 0, that switch closes. Otherwise switch is open. When t is equal to 0, that switch becomes closes. The arrow mark show that arrow mark is like this is the arrow mark. So arrow mark showing that at t is equal to 0, switch comes to this position. Okay. So what is the condition before t is equal to 0? Here I think you will get some idea. So before t is equal to 0, we don't have to think much because it is a simple inductor circuit and that inductor was open for a long time. Open for a very long time. That's why we are taking, as it is not connected to any of the source, we are taking its initial current is equal to 0. I0 is equal to 0. For all time less than 0, I0 is equal to 0. For time greater than 0, what happened? For time 1 second, what happened? We are connecting that inductor to the DC source. Okay. So we can write the current equation IOT is equal to I0 plus 1 by L integral 0 to t Vt dt. And as the switch is open circuited for a long time, I0 is equal to 0. Before the 0th instant, initial current was also 0. Now we can say IOT is equal to 1 by L integral 0 to Vt Vdt. Okay. Suppose V of t is a battery with constant magnitude. I of t is equal to 1 by L integral 0 to t V dt, and V is constant. Then what happened? The integration becomes V by L. As V is constant, we can take V out, and integral of 0 to t dt is equal to t. So I of t is equal to V by L into t. Okay. Okay, I of t is equal to V by L into t. So what happened? If time is equal to 1, I is equal to what happened? I of t is equal to V by L into time. So current is equal to V by L into 1. If time is equal to 2, current is equal to V by L into 2. Time is equal to 3, current is equal to V by L into 3. So what is the slope of the line? Slope will be V by L, because slope is equal to y-intercept by x-intercept. So 3 into V by L by 3, that will become V by L. So y is equal to ms is the standard form, m is equal to slope. So here m is equal to V by L. So slope of the particular line is V by L. So what happens? The line is going towards infinity. If time is 10, current is equal to V by L into 10. If time is 100, current is equal to V by L into 100. So what happened? If current is increasing to infinity with the constant slope, can you just sit and say the inductor will act as short circuit? Can you say? No. If you are just sitting simply, what happens? The real short circuit will happen. That means the inductor will produce some fumes and it will burn out. Why so? When current increasing above a particular value, what happened? An inductor is generally made with a wire. I think everybody knows that. Inductor is made with a wire of some particular cross section, and we are wounding it on some magnetic core. That is the basic structure of inductor. If current is increasing above a particular value with such a constant slope, what happened? The wire that used for making an inductor will have some rated value. So if the current value is more than that rated value, then the wire will get heated up to a very high value, and that will produce fumes and the inductor will burn out. That happens. So that particular capacity of the inductor or inductor wire is an important thing. If the current value increases beyond that value, it will spoil for and life. It will get spoiled. The inductor will burn out. So we can simply say let it go to infinity. We have to limit it at some particular value. That is the case. So if anybody asks you, if you are connecting an inductor to a constant DC voltage, what happens? The current will increases infinitely with a constant slope, and at a particular time, it will exceed the inductor rating of inductor coil. Then definitely the inductor will burn out or spoils. But you should check that whether the inductor is a pure inductor or not. This is the concept of a pure inductor. It will not have any part of resistance. R should be is equal to 0. Then only this happens. Otherwise, it is not an inductor. It is a RL circuit. At that time, the response will not be like this. It will be some other case that we will discuss. Practically, in all the inductor that you are connecting to a battery will have some value of resistance, because it's all are made by us. Man-made things may have some errors or it may not be 100% perfect normally. So those inductor will have some value of resistance in it. Then it will become an RL circuit, and at that time response is different. So if a man sitting in interview panel is asking you about the response if you are connecting an inductor to a battery, you have the voice to ask him back, sir, whether it is a pure inductor or inductor with a small percentage of resistance, because this will make some difference. But normally a man in the interview board will not like that written questions, so you have to be prepared with this answer. Okay. So this is the thing, the current rises abruptly, the inductor becomes just equivalent to a wire of particular cross-section area. When current reaches this maximum value of the rated value, then the inductor will burn out. So we have to disconnect before that T safe. What is the T safe? T safe is the time corresponding to the rated current. You can see the figure. If this is the current axis, this is the time axis, and the inductor current value was 0 up to the time of 0, then when switch closes and inductor current value increases to infinity. But we will have some rated current value. Plot that to the obtained graph, and the corresponding time is T safe. Okay, corresponding time is T safe. At the T safe, we have to do something to protect the inductor. That we will discuss in another circuit, only in case of 100% pure inductor. Then also my question, if the voltage is constant, current is integral of a constant. Integral of a constant means in each point, integration, what is integration? Successive addition. So this point we are adding the previous point. Previous point is 0 means it will be, this is the axis, this point. This is the knee point. Okay. So this point means we have to add this value. So the value increases. At this point, you have to add just the previous value. So value again increases, again increases, again increases. That is the condition of integration. Integration means addition with the addition of the value at this present instant to the previous value. So it will constantly increase. That means if you are integrating a square, we will get a triangular like that. Now we are discussing about switching operation. Normally, why we are discussing about switching operation? What was the issue with the last circuit? Last circuit, the issue was we have to limit at some point. If you are not limiting, what happens? Inductor will burn out. So we have to limit the current at some point. For that, we did some more thing in the figure. You can see position A and B and the switches. Now the switch S is having two different positions, position A and position B. At t is equal to 0, switch is moved to position A, just like before the previous case. So we can say up to that point the switch was open circuited. It was not connected to B. Please think. Before 0th instant, the switch was just open circuited. If it is connected to B, we have to think what will be the initial current and all. Generally, as the switch is open for a long time, we have to take simply current in the inductor will be 0. So I am taking I of 0 is equal to 0. But here I am introducing one more concept. I0 should be equal to I0 minus. That should be equal to I0 plus. What is I0 minus? I0 minus is the value of current just before the I0. Just before means it may differ by small fraction of second. You should be very clear about it. It is not commenting about an instant in the previous infinity. I0 minus means just before to I0. Like if in this figure, if this is I0, this will be I0 minus and this will be I0 plus. These 3 points are very close. These 3 points are very close. Okay. So if I0 is equal to 0, it's just previous point and just after I0 plus, these 3 values will be 0. And definitely after some time this value will change. I0 minus or I0 plus means very close to I0. So we are generally taking that values will be equal. Now I will be I0 plus 1 by L 0 to t v dt. And this is the condition. We are moving if we are moving the switch to position A, then this will be the equivalent circuit. A 10 voltage source is connected to an inductor. Suppose the inductor value is 2 Henry, we can say L is equal to 2 Henry, inductor value is equal to 2 Henry. We can say voltage across the inductor is equal to L di by dt, or that is nothing but if L is equal to 2, sorry, here there is an error, L is equal to 2, please correct this, L is equal to 2, L is equal to L not equal to 5, L is equal to 2. So I am applying KVL. KVL means we are applying a trace in clockwise direction. So minus will come first, minus 10 plus L di by dt. Why I have given plus here? Please recap. Because current is coming from this direction. So for inductor, plus will be come here and minus will be appearing here. So the net KVL will be minus 10 plus L di by dt is equal to 0. So L di by dt is equal to 10. And we know that from the question L was 2. As L is equal to 2, di by dt is equal to 10 by 2, that is equal to 5. Then di is equal to 5 into dt. So di is equal to 5 into dt. Now we are applying integration on both sides. Di is equal to 5 dt. Integrating di, it will become I, and 5 dt it is 5t. Plus we are taking a constant of anti-integral. I hope everybody know why we are taking a constant. Here we are integrating without limit. We are just integrating up to infinity like that. So that's why we have to take an integration limit. That is, if I is equal to 5t plus 2, find its derivative. di is equal to this. I am asking about the reverse calculation. Anyway you got this, I is equal to 5t plus constant. Suppose I is equal to 5t plus 2, what will be the integral di? Di is equal to yes 5 into t means dt. Integrating t means dt. 5 dt plus 2, integral of differential of 2 becomes 0. you will get di is equal to 5 dt there. If I is equal to 5t plus 5, then also its differential di is equal to 5 dt plus 0 or 5 dt. So if you are taking any constants, its integral di will give 5 dt. That's why while taking the integral of di, we have to take some arbitrary constant. That is the concept of a or constant. I hope everybody knows it, but some concept may be missing. Anyhow, if we are integrating di is equal to 5 dt, take an arbitrary constant a with it. I is equal to, so I is equal to, integrating 5 dt, it will become 5t plus constant a. Now for finding a, we have to apply initial condition. In this case, what was the initial condition? I of 0 before the switching, current will be 0. So you are substituting that initial condition in this equation. So it is equal to 5t plus a. What is it and what is I? I is simply it because current is a function of time. Please don't by heart these things. Because I is equal to 5t plus a. If t changes, what happens? I changes. So I is a function of t. That's why we can take I simply as I of t. I is a function of t. I of t is equal to 5t plus a. What happens? I of 0? I of 0 is put t is equal to 0 whenever t appears. So I of 0 is equal to 5 into 0 plus a. So what happens? We already know that the value of I0 is equal to 0 from initial condition. So substitute that I0 is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 5 into 0 plus a. So what we get? A is equal to 0. That's why we can take I is equal to 5t. But this is the importance. If initial condition I0 was not equal to 0, then you will get a with some other value. This is the importance of initial condition. Please be very clear about this point. The initial condition of an inductor or such a dynamic circuit will make a big change. That is the case. So now as initial condition is equal to 0, you got a is also 0. Now I is equal to 5t. Okay, now I is equal to 5t. So I am drawing that here. I is equal to 5t means if t is equal to 1, I is equal to 5 into 1, 5. If t is equal to 2, I will be 10. If t is equal to 3, I will be 15, like that. It's also just like that the previous discussion. The value of current is constantly increasing. The value of current is constantly increasing with a slope here slope is 5 by 1, slope is 5, or 10 by 2, slope is 2. So here slope is 2. Anyhow, what is the issue of such constant increasing? The inductor will burn out. Suppose, here you can see, if time is equal to 2 seconds, current is equal to 10 ampere. Time is equal to 3 seconds, current is equal to 15 ampere. Like that, slope is equal to y-intercept by x-intercept. So 15 by 3 or 10 by 2. It will give 5. Suppose 5 ampere may be the rated current. I don't know. I am taking that 5 ampere is the rated current of the inductor. I would like to move the switch from A to B at this instant because I want to save the inductor. If the current is going beyond 5 ampere, what happens? As 5 ampere is the rated current of inductor, the inductor will burn out. So I have to save the inductor from the burnout condition, or I have to save the inductor without getting spoiled. Like that, I have to do something when the current reaches 5 ampere. So at the point of 5 ampere, what is the time? At the point of 5 ampere, what is the time? It is 1 second. So 1 second is the safe time of this particular case. If I rated is 10 ampere, then time safe will become 2 seconds. If I rated is 15 ampere, time safe will become 3 seconds. It is just an assumption. Now I am assuming I safe is 5 ampere. So the current is 1 second is only the safe time for the inductor. So we can see at 1 second we are moving the inductor to the second position B. Oh, this is the B. This is the B. So now we are standing, a switch is close to A, but at 1 second the inductor current become 5 ampere. So I know that we have to move the switch to position B at 1 second. Such things will be made by some control circuit or somewhat like that. Anyhow, now you don't get confused how this will happen. Anyhow, if this is the case, I have to move the switch to B at this 1 second. So what happened? What will be the circuit after I move the switch to B? The circuit will be like this. Now, sorry, the circuit will be like this. At B, it is a constant short circuit, and the inductor is here, and this was the polarity of the previous current. And inductor will not permit sudden change of current. Inductor will try to keep the same current in the same direction even in the new position also. So you move the switch to position B, and position B is a short circuit position. And now also the current will be, what was the current that previously happened. For that we know that what is I1, I of 1, now instant 1 is the switching instant. Previously at 0 you moved to position A, and now at time 1 you move to position B. Okay, now the switching instant is time 1. So I of 1, what was I of 1? At 1 second, what was the current previously? It was 5 ampere. So what will be the current just before the switching? That is known as I1 minus. If I1 is equal to 5 ampere, just before switching I1 minus will be also 5 ampere. And I1 plus, that will be also 5 ampere. There is some proofs and all for this condition you will get from internet or textbook. I am not deriving that particular case, that I0 is equal to I0 minus, that is equal to I0 plus. That condition will be applicable for all switching cases. Here switching happens not at 0 instant. The switching happens at time of 1 second. Then this condition, this time also we have to apply that relation. So as I of 1 is equal to 5 ampere, I of 1 minus will be equal to 5 ampere, I of 1 plus is equal to 5 ampere. So just after switching, the inductor will keep 5 ampere. But what will be the inductor current after some other time? I know just after switching it will be 5 ampere. What happens after 2 seconds? So you have to find that also. So now you are in a different switching position. So again you have to apply KVL. So in position A you applied KVL and you got I is equal to 5t. But here the condition is different. So again you have to apply KVL. Now this is a circuit. A current is here passing like this. But this is the case, theoretically there is no resistance inside this. Then how the current will decrease or get lost or dissipated? An inductor cannot dissipate a current because it is purely inductor. It is storing it in some other form and it is maintaining the constant current. So the current will be same throughout infinity, we know that. But if there is some in the resistor, the case will be different. The current value will get deteriorates or reduces. Anyhow, we can just apply the KVL. So L di by dt, is there any voltage source? No. So if you are following such a loop, L di by dt is equal to 0, no voltage source. L di by dt is equal to 0. So don't get confused in applying KVL. You have to see how much voltage is there. If it is a resistor is there, then you will get L di by dt plus Ri, because Ri is a voltage. L di by dt is a voltage. If a resistor plus voltage source is there, L di by dt plus Ri plus that volt or minus that V will become 0. Like that. So L di by dt is equal to 0. So L di by dt is equal to 0 means di by dt should be equal to 0. It is very clear because L should be a constant value. So di by dt should be also equal to 0. For di by dt is equal to 0, the value of current. Di by dt, what is di by dt? Change in current. For change in current is 0, that means the current should be a constant value. For a constant current, its change in current di by dt should be 0. So we have to take I should be constant. I should be constant means, what is the present condition? At 1 ampere, I is equal to 5 ampere. This is 1 ampere, I is equal to 5 ampere. Just before switching, I was also 5 ampere. Just after switching, then also I is equal to 5 ampere. And from KVL, we got that I should be constant for long time. For infinite time, that I should be constant. So, I1 plus, just after switching, it is 5 ampere. That 5 ampere should be constant for infinite time. That's why I am drawing like this. This is 0 instant. Current was 0 up to the time of 0. At 0, we switch to position A and current increases to infinity. At 1 second, we found that it is a safe period and we are moving the switch to position B. Now, at position B, we know that I0, so I of 1 is equal to 5 ampere, I of 1 plus is also is equal to 5 ampere, and by applying KVL, we got that this current should be constant for long time. So, this 5 ampere should be constant up to infinity. That's why di by dt is equal to 0, I is equal to constant. I must be a constant value. I must be a constant value. So, energy stored is equal to half Li square. Okay, that we know, energy equation of inductor is equal to half Li square. Here the constant current that we finally obtained in the circuit is equal to 5 ampere. So, half into L value is equal to 2 into 5 square. So, there is some mistake, sorry. Half into